A remote Norwegian county struggles with low-quality broadband service. In a county as a whole, roughly 65% of households have access to broadband, even as low as 20% in some municipalities. A local power company is already working on providing fiber broadband connection, but only to towns where this is commercially viable. Relevant stakeholders for this case was the steering committee, the board, and the project manager. There was numerous of other stakeholders like the customers and politicians, but they had no influence in the formulation of the success criteria for this project. During the first meeting in the power company's board, it was discussed whether one should go forth with the project or not. Many aspects was considered, but it was decided to initiate the project. Providing broadband coverage to the county was the end goal of the project, but not the main motivation for the power company. Although it would not be a profitable venture short term, it would give a necessary improvement in communication technology for other branches of the company with implied future profits. It would also enhance public relations both locally within the county and statewide with regards to the future state-owned development projects, as the company wanted a share of the government subsidy scheme with projects of this sort. The project steering committee, set by the board consisting of engineers within the company, hired an external project manager with prior experience from similar projects. They decided on the following success criteria during their first meeting, which included, first and foremost, satisfied customers and users, completion within 2 years, completion within budget of approximately 100 million NOK, branding measurable through customer satisfaction surveys and receiving a share in the government subsidy scheme, positive synergy effects with other departments within the company that relied on communication in the same areas as there was a lack of access to broadband. The project manager did an excellent job in addressing possible sources of conflict before they occurred, which ensured a positive working environment. The senior management was very engaged and regularly held follow-up meetings with the project manager and visited the project's premises in order to keep up with progress. The project also experienced some challenges during the execution phase. Approximately 35% of the telephone lines were in bad shape and could not be used for the intended purpose. Use of radio technology was therefore necessary. This increased both costs and duration of the project. Following the project, the county had the best broadband coverage nationwide. Customers were very satisfied with the provided service. Increase in satisfaction was proven through a customer satisfaction survey. The project was completed on budget despite the extra costs associated with the use of radio technology, which also delayed the project completion. In hindsight, the communication within the company was very satisfactory, but the communication out to the customer was inadequate, as they knew little about it and had a limited opportunity to provide feedback. Even though the communication out to the customer was poor, given the opportunity, the population gladly accepted the offer of broadband service, as the alternative was not to have internet at all in the rural parts of the county. This case demonstrates the importance of identifying and understanding various contextual conditions as a prerequisite for developing appropriate and effective solutions. It also demonstrates the importance of the involvement and commitment of senior management. Based on the results of the project, we find the project to be largely successful. We believe that the project should be viewed as a long-term cost-effective investment to the company itself rather than a commercial development.